My family, from my mother's side, we are Pito and Tiwas from the southern New Mexico area around the Las Cruces, El Paso area.
Louie Garcia's weaving traces back through generations. To help educate the public and promote a special weaving exhibit at the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, he shared his story.
Around the early 1900s, my family relocated to Albuquerque, where my grandmother and my grandfather married here. My grandfather was one of the lieutenants in the fire station, local fire station here in Albuquerque. And he is where I inherited the art of weaving. I really took to heart and really, saw the importance of seeing that this tradition and this art continue.
Louie Garcia is a science teacher by trade, but a traditional Pueblo weaver by passion.
As artists, we find a way to support ourselves so that we can continue doing what we do as Pueblo artists. And this was one of the ways that I was bringing in a little extra cash for my family, and at the same time that would allow me to continue to practice the art.
The belts and blankets he weaves are not a path to fortune. He says staying true to tradition is a painstaking process, and he puts uncountable hours into each piece. But more than that, he says he puts his very breath and spirit into every weaving.
And everything in Pueblo life is reflected in the weaving, everything, especially the agriculture, especially the spiritual aspect of Pueblo culture. And the same is true for weavers of Mexico, Central and South America. When the work in the field is done, the winter time is for preparing, cleaning the cotton or wool, whatever it is, fiber that you have. And time would be spent in the kiva or at home, cleaning the cotton and spinning the yarn to weave your garments. And so that is very much alive and a part of my own life in the way that my family and I continue to practice that. Some of the aspects of the weaving that are not meant for the outside of Pueblo culture and the Pueblo community. But I thought about it, and as a fiber artist myself, I realized that weaving is not something that is solely that Pueblo people do. Weaving is something that is practiced all over the world by indigenous people all over the world. And I thought, well, there are some aspects that I could share with the general public.
While modern technology has eased some of the work of weaving, Louie Garcia maintains the skills and traditions that date back centuries. This includes hand-carding cotton he grows in his own garden.
And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the raw fibers and I'm aligning them, because now they're all mixed up, and in order to facilitate the spinning process, I want to make some order. And all of this traditionally was done in the kiva. So this will be rolled off of the needles into a rollag. So I'll pass this around so you can feel it.
Creating that cloud-like puff of cotton, called a rollag, is only one step in the complex process of weaving from scratch.
This is a Mayan spindle, and this is from Chiapas actually. And in a similar way, we have a smaller shaft, a pottery counterweight at the bottom, and this thing really whips around.
Hand spinning turns cotton cloud into tightly wound thread.
You create enough spin, you build up enough spin in your yarn, and draft, draft, draft. Build up spin, draft, 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 draft.
Louie Garcia is working to keep tradition alive, to prove that weaving the way of his ancestors into the modern world is still possible, admirable, and necessary.
This is like literally spinning the clouds. This is really what it's about. Is our prayers, all of our meditations and our prayers for rain are going into the spindle, that is creation, life.